Previously, in the Cirque Series. We raced in the shadow of the Tetons at Grand Targhee Resort. The course hosted runners ages 7 to 73 for a beautiful race through the wildflowers. Giselle Slotboom backed up her first place finish in Alta by taking the top step of the podium for the second week in a row. In her first Cirque Series race of the season, Mariah Breedel ran her way to a second place finish. Jamie Brusa was right on Mariah's heels on the last stretch to the finish line, finishing in third. Jordan put the blinders on and focused on her race strategies. She finished in 12th place, which moved her back up to 7th in the overall series standings.
Every race I learned something, but really it's just try to be as prepared as you can, be hydrated, put yourself in a good headspace, be ready, but fast is fun and fun is fast, so if I can have fun, I'm gonna have a really good day. We are finally back in my home state of Colorado for the 6th round of the Cirque Series at a-basin. My goals going into the a-basin race are to really have fun, and I know I've said that in the past few, but I think managing that headspace is a really big goal for me throughout the season, and kind of going into every race, that is my top goal, is to just figure that out. And to do that, every race I've tried something different for each race, like a different, trying to eat during a race, not eating, trying to scout the course the day before, not scouting the course at all. And for a-basin, I think I really want to try, running with music and carrying my water and seeing what that looks like for me.
Yes, he will not finish first, but he definitely won't finish last, and he'll smoke everybody here. It's understandable. There will be better.
My warm-up was similar to what it was in Targhee of, getting in my run, doing some mobility, doing those strides. But this time I was able to do it with a couple other runners, and one of them is my teammate back in Boulder. So that was actually really fun and put me in a really good headspace from the start, just being able to talk to somebody that I know, warm up with somebody that I know, and kind of get ready for the race without talking about the race. I think that definitely helped.
It's going to be fun. That top bit's going to be punchy, but beautiful day. It's going to be great. What's going on?
We got celebrities here.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Knowing who you're lining up against and having a relationship with them helps. I think it relieves a lot of pressure, and it relieves a little bit of that competitiveness because it humanizes them in a way. You look at them as like, oh, this is the person I'm racing against. We're going after the same thing. That's actually really cool, that we have the same goal. That's why we're all here.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I say push, you say please. Push! Push! And 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Lining up at the start line, I recognized the majority of people around me, which felt good. It felt good to have familiar faces and, you know, have some of those relationships with the runners. It feels less competitive and more collaborative. It's almost like we're all working together towards that same goal, you know, and by me showing up the best that I can that day, not only serves me, but it helps these other girls of like, hey, you need to maximize your performance because I'm maximizing mine, and vice versa, right? I wouldn't expect anything less from any of them too. And I think that that's what's really cool is it takes away this me competing against you feeling and turns it into a, hey, we're both competing, but it's for the same thing. And I'm going to work my ass off today, and I hope you do too, so that we can both, you know, really wring that out of ourselves.
Yeah.
The A-basin course is around 8.8 miles and 2,400 feet of vert. I did not pre-walk or run the course this time, and for the most part, it was what I expected. I held back a little bit at the beginning because I was expecting a steep, punchy climb somewhere because, you know, in every race there's always at least one climb that's pretty steep. And I feel like with the A-basin course, that never came. Even when we went and tagged the peak, everything was super runnable, which made the course feel faster, even though distance-wise it was longer. So it felt like a very runnable course. This was a race that I had been looking forward to. It felt good to be back in Colorado after spending a summer living in the truck and bouncing around from race to race. And, you know, we were out in Utah for a lot of these races, so it definitely felt good to be back in Colorado.
Good, how are you going?
Woo!
Nice work, stay on it.
Nice work. Looking so good.
Good job, come on.
You're third. You got it. Nice work, Annie. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Looking good, looking so good.
I would say I'm pleased but not satisfied with where I'm at right now. Results this weekend, I think I got 11th, so I'm still sitting in 7th at the overall. I didn't move up, didn't move down, I'm just sitting in 7th, which is kind of where I expected to be this season, and I think Engelberg is going to be a really big race for me that decides whether or not I break into that top 5. It's nice because it puts a little bit of pressure on that race, and overall, yeah, I'd say I'm happy with how this weekend went. I think me being in a headspace where, you know, anxiety didn't really come in to play at all this race is a huge win for me. Like, I'll take that over, you know, decent positioning any day. Like, I had a great day at a-basin. Going into Engelberg, I want to approach it as a celebration of like, holy shit, this was your first year racing pro. Look at how much we've learned. Look at how much we've grown, and like all of the things I get to work on in the off season. Like, I am so excited for the off season, like winter, to just train for next year. Like, I'm so excited for next year already. And I think that that's a really good headspace to be in. So going into Engelberg, I really want it to be like a party. I just want it to be fun and be like, okay, let's leave this year all out and just have so much fun with it. And I think that's my goal going into Engelberg.
These humans who are gonna accrue this particular belt buckle right here have ran 6 of the 7 races this year, meaning that they started with us in Brighton and they're still with us right here in Arapahoe Basin, and it's all very well and possible that we might see him in Switzerland. Now, there are some names that are not on this list, but there are the ones that we know that are right here. Let's go. I'm looking for Jamie Brusa. Let's go. Garrett Corcoran. Megan Drake, you've been in the mix the whole time. Jordan Milbrath, the queen of swag. David Norris, where you at, dog? David Norris.
Julian, you got the last word? Thank you, everybody, for coming out. It's been fun in the U.S. I hope to see some of you at Engelberg. If not, see you next year.
And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. DJ, turn it up. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks, baby.
After an amazing third-place finish at a-basin, Jamie Brusa leads the series as we head into the final round at Engelberg. Megan Drake struggles at a-basin with a 7th place finish. She will set her sights towards Engelberg, where she has a good chance of reclaiming the points lead. Caitlin Wood has been the silent assassin all season. Her consistency has scored her a 3rd place in the overall standings. Jordan holds on to 7th. Heading into the final round, there's a chance for Jordan to secure top 5 in the overall standings. Who will win the 2023 Cirque Series? Join us for the final race of the season as we travel to Switzerland to race in the Alps. Thank you to our sponsors for making these videos possible. Check the video description for more information on our partners.